It's time for fashion at the Fashion Empire, the reality journal inside and out of the fashion industry. With your hostess, fashion editor, editorial photographer, and model manager Jackie Bertolette. She shares her experiences, her tips and tricks, and how-tos and trends, and talks with other fashion and beauty insiders. Let's join the conversation. Today's episode is sponsored by Tiffany Rose Antiques and Vintage Apparel in Mentor, Ohio. You can visit them in-store or online at Instagram Tiffany Rose Antiques. Ingenuity Labs at the Hamilton, a creative community in Cleveland, Ohio. You can visit them on Facebook, Ingenuity. Darla Fox, formal wear boutique, unique and interesting apparel. South Park Mall in Strongsville, Ohio. You can visit them in-store or online at Instagram, Darla Fox. Thanks for joining us in the Empire. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. We have an awesome show lined up for you and want to remind you to stay tuned through the end of the episode for our much anticipated Good to Know segment featuring 5 tips from industry insiders. We're excited to offer the opportunity to be entered for a chance to win a 1-year free e-subscription to Hot Ohio magazine when you comment the timestamp at which the Hot Ohio logo drops a photo or voice-over bomb. And before you leave the page, be sure to subscribe, comment, like, and turn on notifications to be the first to know when new episodes hit the air. We love to hear from our citizens, so be sure to comment or email afashionempire@hotohio.com. You can see this podcast on YouTube or on our website, hotohio.com, and our Facebook and Instagram pages, or you can listen to it on audio podcast platforms across the web. And if you're an industry insider, shoot us an email. We'd love to have you on our podcast here in the Empire. All right, now let's join the conversation. Hello and welcome to the Empire. We're so excited to have you with us. Where it is a good day to style. We invite you to enjoy our podcast as we talk to fashion insiders from around the globe. I'm your host, Jackie Bertolette. Among other things, I am editor and founder of Ohio Magazine. I am founder and executive producer of Ohio Fashion Week and Ohio Fashion Awards. I'm a model manager, and I'm a professional photographer with over 30 years experience. You can find out a lot more about me on google.com, or you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and of course, see us on YouTube and hear us on podcast platforms. So I would like to explain to you that we are focused on 100% inclusion in everything we do. And so our idea is to exchange ideas from each other, people who are inside the industry. So that's good and bad, and things that we can enjoy with each other and learn from each other. So welcome to citizens, and I would like you to be introduced to my co-host, Arzel. Arzel is a fashion model with years of experience, including New York Fashion Week, Ohio Fashion Week, and Columbus Fashion Week, as well as multiple published and cover model. She's also signed to DMSM. Hi, Arzel.
Hey, how you doing, Jackie?
I am great, thank you. Good to see you today.
It's always a pleasure to see, always.
Good. So tell us who we have today with us.
So today we have a designer. Her name is Eva Lamba. She is a designer. Her focus is she uses her material linen, and her style is more of a classic, like a classic design. She's from Madagascar. So, and I've worn a piece of her design in one of my covers, Ohio magazine for Jackie. So we're going to introduce Eva. Eva, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm honored to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to have you. It's so good to see you. I want to let everybody know that this is going to be a challenging connection right from the start, because not only are we taping in the United States, but Eva is in Madagascar, and the internet can be very unstable there, as well as there is a language barrier in that she is a native French speaker, although she has quite a handle on the English language. So there may be some delays and some pauses, but stay with us because Eva has some wonderful information for us. Hi, Eva.
Hi again.
How did we meet each other? Do you remember when we met?
Yes, well, actually, I had the privilege to meet you last year on March in Akron.
Yes.
It was during my IVLP trip in the United States. Yeah.
Yes. How did you get involved? How did you come to the United States?
As I said, I was chosen from Malagasy fashion designers to participate in the IVLP program organized by the embassy of Madagascar and of course the U.S. embassy, and that's why I could beneficiate this wonderful program, this amazing program. Yeah.
That's amazing. We're so glad. I was so excited to meet everybody from Madagascar. So your designs are really incredible. They feature native materials from Madagascar. Is that correct?
Yes, actually, thank you. Well, I actually love using natural materials, and especially linen. Well, I am using a linen not from Madagascar, but imported from other countries. And linen is difficult to find in Madagascar, but I'm also using other materials that exist in Madagascar.
Very good. Very nice. Tell me a little bit about how you got started in fashion design.
Well, that's a long story, but anyway, I will tell you. I was naturally interested in designing, but my mother was a seamstress, so one day I had to help her, you know, to finish her orders. And at that time, I started to invest it in sewing and also in designing. And in 2002, if I'm not wrong, I was participating in an exhibition at the university. I was encouraged by my friends to participate because I was already designing some clips for me. So they said, you should represent us. And then I started like this, and I had some pieces, and I had some orders, and I was happy, of course, because I didn't expect that at all. And then it started like that. In 2008, as I told you, I had my first fashion show. Yeah.
That's incredible. So
that is amazing.
I know,
That
right?
is amazing.
We will be showing some of Eva's pieces actually at Ohio Fashion Week, and she has showcased in Haute Ohio magazine. So we're excited for that. Eva, are you wearing one of your pieces?
Now?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I made this mad ear, and also this dress. And I really love wearing my gloves. When I go to church, when I have some meeting, and even every day I wear my pieces.
Do you do accessories as well?
Accessories, yeah. Before I used to do many accessories. I was doing necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and even bags. But now I am more concentrated on gloves.
Okay, so what was some of your challenges as a designer?
As a designer, well, of course, everything is not easy. Now here in Madagascar, my challenges are finding someone serious to work with. This is not for me alone, I think, and also finding finding materials is also very difficult here in Madagascar. Because, for example, you have some orders. You have, for example, a piece that you produce, and then you have some orders with it. You may not find the same material anymore. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Like running out of the same material, like if you run out and you have to go back and it's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be hard.
Sometimes you just lose the market, you just lose the order. And it happened to me many times. For example, you make how to say, a sample, and then you show to a customer, and then he wants the same thing, really the same thing. But when you come back in the market, you don't find the same material anymore. So that's a very big problem here in Madagascar.
Okay.
Okay. I'm wondering if coming to the United States helped your brand. Was it helping you sell your brand?
Well, yeah. Actually, my customers were prouder of me and wanted to buy, and this helped me to retain them. But I also had some orders from the photos in the magazine, from the outfits that I showed. Yeah, it actually helped me, but the problem is the COVID.
Yeah.
I had because I had some projects after going to the United States. I had many in mind, but I couldn't realize to the COVID.
Right. COVID.
And
COVID
there is something I want to focus. For us Malagasy people, someone who goes who has been in the United States is supposed to be someone who has displays in the field. So thanks to my trip to the United States, as I told you, my customers are prouder, but of course they are waiting for more from me, and that pushes me and motivates me to ameliorate and to go further and to
That's awesome, Eva. That's awesome.
Now, tell me, I believe that I was told that there was very little education for designers in Madagascar. Is that true?
Yes, we have no school for as far as I know, we don't have a school for design in Madagascar. So most of us Malagasy fashion designers are self-educated designers. Yeah.
So you guys, you teach yourself, right?
Yes.
They teach themselves how to make the designs. That right there is just amazing in itself. That's amazing. To make a design off the top of your head and not have the funds or the schooling to help you get that, and you just come out and you work that out, girl. That's amazing. That's definitely a challenge too, because I wouldn't be able.
But we have to, because we have no school. They have schools for learning how to sew, and maybe schools for learning how to draw, for example. But as far as I know, we don't have any school for a design.
Madagascar has very limited internet. Is that correct?
You're talking about internet?
Yes.
Yes.
Personally, I have Wi-Fi at home, so I can do researches and everything. But yeah, it is. Maybe it's not for everybody. Yeah.
So can you? What is your plans for the future for your design?
Okay. You're talking about my project for the future.
Yes. Like, where do you see yourself going? What is your long-term goals?
Okay, now there is something that I really want to do after my trip in the United States. I was more convinced to the fact that fashion is polluting this world, and I was more convinced that I want to upcycle. This is now my first project is to upcycle. Of course, it's not easy because people here in Madagascar are used to buying free praise directly, and this is still a challenge for me. But I will try it. I will try to upcycle.
Okay.
And also to use other materials. As I told you before, I was only using natural materials, not only, but especially natural materials. But now I want to diversify more my products and to touch more people also. So I want to use materials that may inspire me.
Awesome.
Did you know? I didn't know. Well, do they know? They might know. Who does know? We know what's good to know.
Okay.
Right. Mhm.
So what would be a good to know about being something? Tell us something good about being a designer, and give us something positive. Like, what would you say to help someone else that may be in the same situation, that wants to design and really don't have a start? Is there a way that you could give us some advice?
Okay, so my first advice is if there is something you love, to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you have to go for it. And you have to be patient, but because success does not come overnight. You have to face many, many, many challenges, many problems, everything. I'm not discouraged,
Yes.
but that might be yeah. And don't be a failure. Sometimes things completely fail, but failures can also teach you for the future. So that's my
Yeah.
advice. Is also go for it. If you love it, you will always succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And one
That
last
is
thing, last but not least, no need to take drugs.
to take the time.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
You
to
have
be
Mhm.
to.
inspired.
Absolutely.
To be inspired.
Mhm. Yes, yes. So, Eva, tell us how to get a hold of you if somebody is interested in your pieces.
Okay, so I have a Facebook page, Lamba by Eva, um, where we can interact, and also I am also on Instagram.
Okay, great. And
Awesome.
I will post those in the description so that somebody who might want to get a hold of you can get easy access to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank you for bearing with us and giving us your time. You're beautiful, and your clothes are beautiful. And I'm so blessed to know you.
And I am
Thank
so
you so
blessed to
much.
have you. And I'm so happy that I got to wear one of your designs and I got to meet you today. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so excited for your journey and many more to come. You just don't know how elevated it's going to get from here, girl. Okay. And just keep going no matter what.
Mm-hmm. And I will bring some of the pictures from the magazine. I will add those into the end of this video so people can see some of your really amazing designs.
Yay.
So, thank you so much, Eva, for being part of a fashion empire.
Yes, I also want to thank you for many, many things, especially both of you, because the way to be in the, but I'm not gonna tell you how. And I was so happy. I want to thank you as well for wearing my class, because that was wonderful. Thank you. And I also hope that very, 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 very far.
Yes.
All right, thank you, and we will have the links for you, and I look forward to walking your clothes in Ohio Fashion Week and photographing them more in the future. Bye.
Thank you, Eva. Thanks for coming. Have a good day.
Check us out, hauteohio.com, HAUTEOHIO.com. Thank you for joining us in The Empire, a Fashion Empire podcast where we discuss the realities of the fashion industry inside and out. Thank you to our sponsors and platforms for sharing our show, and of course, our amazing guests for talking fashion with us. If you have an idea for an episode or want to be a guest, just visit hauteohio, HAUTEOHIO.com. And of course, shout out to you, our Empire citizens. We appreciate you and your support. As always, be sure to like, follow, comment, review, and share. Till next time, stand out and be fabulous.